There are over 1 million active YouTubers right now. So, here's a scary thought. Every single one of them could have a secret second channel no one knows about. What do you think? Does that disturb you? Good. That was my goal. Now let me ask you something else. What would you do if you found a mysterious door no one knew about? How about if it was hidden in plain sight? Would you dare open it? The truth is, some of us can't help but wonder about doors we shouldn't open. It's an age-old trope in literature, movies, and video games. A character will find an old locked door, push against it, and find out it's unlocked. Then, they'll slowly open it, revealing a dark and mysterious room. Sometimes this will lead to more adventure, sometimes it will lead to certain doom. But regardless, these moments are always exciting because there's a chance that behind any closed door lies an unknown. And most of us are inherently curious about the unknown. It's why horror movies exist, and why haunted houses are popular tourist destinations. We're fascinated by the unknown and forbidden. Forbidden doors are especially intriguing because they represent a boundary. Something that's been kept from us for whatever reason. It might be a physical barrier like a locked door, or a metaphorical one like a secret your parents never told you. Either way, when we find out about these doors, we want to open them. That's just human nature. But forbidden doors aren't just found in fiction. They're everywhere in our real world, too. For example, the last uncontacted tribe in Brazil, the Sentinelese people, have been hiding behind their metaphorical forbidden door for decades. We know very little about them other than the fact that they're extremely hostile towards outsiders. That's because their island is technically off limits to foreigners, which means there are entire areas of it that most people can't access. This includes parts of the island where the Sentinelese live. And although we don't know exactly what's going on behind these metaphorical doors, we can assume it's different from how we live. That's because tribes who have emerged from similar situations usually have unique cultures and ways of life that have developed independently from modern society. In other words, there is a lot we can learn from these places, if only we could get past the barriers in our way. That's why some people try to break down those barriers. Just last year, an American pastor named Joshua Blahey attempted to deliver Bibles to the Sentinelese people despite the fact that it's illegal to do so. He claimed he was trying to warn them about climate change, but authorities didn't buy it and arrested him before he could do any damage. It's unclear whether he would have actually tried to force his way onto the island if he had been caught, but it's safe to say that many others have considered doing something similar. After all, forbidden fruit is always the sweetest. Of course! This isn't the only place in the world where people are kept away. There are plenty of other forbidden doors, both physical and metaphorical. For example, Area 51 is one of the most well-known restricted zones in America. Even though it's not technically illegal to visit, you need special clearance from the government, which basically means that only spies and military personnel are allowed inside. That's why conspiracy theorists have been trying to break in for decades to uncover the truth about aliens and UFOs. Unfortunately, most of them have gotten very far because Area 51 has some of the strictest security measures in place. But that hasn't stopped people from trying. In fact, in 2013, 2 men were arrested after they snuck into the base in an attempt to see what was going on. When asked why they did it, they simply said, "I wanted to see the place." Of course, not all forbidden doors are shrouded in mystery. Sometimes they're just locked up tight because the area beyond them is dangerous. Take the Chernobyl exclusion zone. For instance, after the nuclear disaster of 1986, the surrounding area was evacuated and sealed off from the public. This includes the abandoned city of Pripyat, where many of the workers and their families lived. Although the exclusion zone has been open to tourists since 2004, much of it remains off limits, especially areas near the reactor that suffered the most damage. That's because high levels of radiation are still present in these areas, which means anyone who enters could potentially get sick and die. So it's understandable why so many people want to peek behind these metaphorical forbidden doors. There's always something exciting about what could lie on the other side. It could be danger or mystery or something else entirely. The possibilities are really endless. And that's what makes forbidden doors such a popular trope in fiction. We love stories that take us to places we can't go ourselves. Whether it's a haunted house, a secret laboratory, or an uncontacted tribe, these stories allow us to experience things we never could in real life. They also let us explore the psychology of forbidden doors. which is often the most interesting part. Why are these places kept secret? Who's behind the locked doors and what are they hiding? These are questions that have fascinated humans for centuries, and they resure to continue doing so for many more. And of course, sometimes the truth is even scarier than fiction. Take the Danakil Depression, for instance. This area in northwest Ethiopia is home to some of the most beautiful scenery in the world, but it's also one of the hottest and most inhospitable places on Earth. Temperatures here can reach over 120 degrees Fahrenheit, and there's very little oxygen in the air, so it's not a place you could survive for long. But that hasn't stopped people from trying. In recent years, explorers and adventurers have begun venturing into the Danakil Depression to see what it's like. They've discovered incredible sights like sulfur springs, salt flats, and volcanoes. But they've also had to deal with deadly encounters with poisonous snakes, extreme heat, and other dangers. It's a place where death is always lurking around the corner, and yet people keep going back. That's because the unknown holds a strange allure for us, even if it's dangerous. But forbidden doors aren't always physically imposing. Sometimes they're hidden in plain sight. Take the Voynich manuscript. For instance, this book was discovered in Italy in the early 20th century, and it quickly became famous for its mysterious illustrations and indecipherable text. Experts have studied it for years, but they still don't know what it's about or how to read it. Some believe it's a hoax, while others think it could be an ancient text containing secret knowledge. Regardless, it's clear that there's something special about this book. It is unlike anything else we've ever seen, and it seems to hold some kind of power over us. Maybe it's the mystery, or maybe it's the possibility that it could contain forbidden knowledge. Whatever it is, there's no denying that the Voynich manuscript is one of the most fascinating forbidden doors in existence. It's a gateway to a world we can't see or understand, but it still manages to capture our imaginations. So what's the lesson here? Well, maybe it's that forbidden doors are everywhere. They're in our everyday lives, in our stories, and in the world around us. Maybe they remind us that there is always more to discover and that the unknown holds a certain power over us. Or maybe they just make great plot devices for horror movies. Whatever the case may be, there's no denying that forbidden doors have a strange appeal to them. They represent something mysterious and alluring, and that's why so many of us are drawn to them. But now, it's time to hear from you. What do you think? Is there a forbidden door in your life that you've always wanted to open? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out another one of our amazing videos. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more awesome content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.